Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Membership Monday. My name is Joe Leese. I'm the District Director for Service Team 3, and today's topic is how fundraising can help your membership. Now, you might be asking yourself, how can fundraising be a recruitment opportunity? Well, first, it's a way to sustain and retain your scouts. Because many scouts and their families need financial assistance sometimes, they're often reluctant to ask for it. Giving scouts and their families the opportunity to fund their own year can relieve the stress of paying for yearly annual registration fees, summer camp fees, and other activity fees. If there's a perceived financial barrier to joining or participating in your program, many families will simply choose not to join. Now, on occasion, council can provide some help, such as things like camperships, but giving the scouts a way to fund their own year provides needed assistance as well as giving the scout a sense of accomplishment. Any unit can be a zero-fee unit with proper fundraising. Let me show you the system that I developed for this at my PAC. Now, before I jump into it, I'd like to mention that before you can implement the process that I'm about to show you, your PAC needs to have completed its annual planning meeting and also needs to have developed a comprehensive budget to support that plan. Here's an example of an annual PAC budget. This is not a fairy tale example. It's the real budget for my PAC. I say this because the bottom line is fairly large, and many leaders would shy away from planning a year that's as expensive as this. But our philosophy was always to plan for a program that met or exceeded the expectations of our scouts and families, not simply how much fun can we have for X thousand of dollars. Offering a thorough and engaging program like this helps with recruiting because, frankly, the scouts and their families do most of your recruiting for you. They're having so much fun that they're inviting their friends to come along and join. Now, while you're free to utilize different fundraising options, we use popcorn because it gave us the opportunity to raise large amounts of money in a short amount of time with no risk. The goal here is to give every family the opportunity to participate in scouting for free or at a very reduced cost. To set your fundraising goals for every scout based on your budget. To allocate the funds that you raise to each scout's activity costs based on how much effort they put into the fundraising effort. And to give all scouts a benefit from the fundraising no matter what level of participation they had. It's important to note that I didn't say that they would all benefit equally. And also that unit funds are not beholden to any individual scout as they might be with something like scout accounts, which are common in many units. So our system, if you took a Cub Scout and you added a subsidy from the PAC, what do you get? Cubsidy. At least that's the term we came up with for it at the PAC. Now, what is Cubsidy? Well, using your budget, you can determine your overall fundraising needs based on the commission you receive from that fundraiser. In this case, it's 40%. So in order to raise the $18,652 that we need to sell $46,630 worth of popcorn. We're planning on having at least 75 scouts once the fall recruitment was done. So the sales goal per scout was $621.73. And now that we have a sales goal for each scout, we set up a tiered distribution system for how that money gets allocated. The scouts' participation in each activity is subsidized by the PAC at the level they qualified for in the popcorn sale. In other words, if they hit or exceeded 100% of the sales goal, they receive a 100% subsidy for all the events that they want to participate in. If they qualify for a lower tier, they must contribute the unsubsidized portion of the cost for any event that they want to participate in. And as a result, whether a scout achieves 100% or not doesn't impact your plan or your budget because they'll have to make up the difference between what they earned in fundraising and what the actual cost of the event is. Thank you, everyone, and please feel free to email me at joseph.lease@scouting.org if you have any specific questions about this system.